I am a psychotherapist that works with mainly adolescents. I employ creativity, I would say, on a daily basis in each and every session I have. I employ creativity by both the way I try and communicate in an open and spacious way that allows an interpersonal interaction where we both are present and we are also together, where we can have our individuality and we can have our connection. And, my own personal work are mandalas made out of organic materials, and I'm usually exploring the idea of impermanence. I think that so much of what we invest in our creativity gets bound up in the object and in the object having some value. And what my work really explores is how the object is just the symptom. The object is just the result of the process, and that it's the process to me that's so valuable. I'm also very interested in how we name things and how names both expand and contract our understanding of things. I think words can be so tricky, and I often play with words that are the same word, peace and peace, and where they overlap and where they differ. And I think that we often use language to obfuscate as often as we use language to communicate. And being really aware of what are we doing with our language? What are we doing with our forms of communication? Are we actually opening and trying to communicate and trying to connect, or are we actually trying to create and obfuscate and create an image? And just rather than just judging that, just being aware of that and noticing how that flows, noticing how that comes and goes in our lives. I think what spiritual teachers have been telling us for so long is that the time is always now. You can only live in the present moment. And so much of our lives are lived in the past and in the future. And when we can allow the past to be in the past and do whatever work, be it therapy or whatever kind of work you need to do to allow the past to be in the past, and then we can allow the future to be in the future, allow it to be the unknown, and embrace the unknown, and have a relationship to the unknown. But the largest part of being able to do that is being in the present moment with trust, Trust in yourself, trust in your world, trust in your community, trust. And the more you can be in a place of trust, the more you have the opportunity to actually rest in the present moment. And I think that these are, again, parts of ourselves that we need to cultivate in order to take the journey towards creativity. And the beautiful part of it is that it helps us do that, because the more we drop self-judgment, the more we drop, this isn't good enough. It's not good enough. How in this present moment is it not good enough? What's judging it? What's making it not okay? And once you start asking yourself those questions and really looking through it and really realizing this is not about, did I create something good or bad? This is about, this is a piece of me. What does that tell me? Or how does that connect me internally and externally with my world? And how can I use that in a joyous way to share with someone else? And when I say joyous, I don't even mean happy. I mean energetically, here, let me share this with you. Because when we share those intimate parts of ourselves with each other, these kind of ideas of I'm me and you're you start to dissolve. We start seeing this unity. And I think that's a large piece of what spiritual teachers have been telling us as well, is we're all part of the whole. We're all interconnected. With Buddhism, it's everything is interdependent. And when you can feel that not as a threat, but as a deeply, richly satisfying way of being in the world, And that comes from connecting with other people authentically. So when you're doing your creations and someone else is doing their creations and you're sharing that, you are sharing on such a deep level, again, see me, see me. And when you get accepted on that level and you can have those kind of connections, that's when you can have trust in your world. So you can see how all these pieces interweave and one feeds into the other. And by doing the creativity starts doing you, and it all starts, allowing this deep sense of being connected. And that's why I think all these spiritual paths, if you look, have avenues of creativity connected with them, creative practices connected with them.